Hi Kinders, Ms Schmidt here. We are going to start learning about a new life cycle in science, and that's the life cycle of a plant. So plants start as seeds, and then you plant them in soil, and they need water and sunlight. So those are the three things plants need, are soil, water, and sunlight. And if you let them grow in the soil, the roots start to grow down, and then a stem starts to come up, and then you will have a plant. And there's all sorts of different kinds of seeds and plants, and they all kind of grow a little bit differently. And so we're going to have an opportunity to plant some seeds and watch them grow too. I have pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and green bean seeds that you get to pick from to grow a plant. And then you get to take it home and plant it somewhere in your yard and watch it grow all summer. So this is a really cool book. It's called A Seed is Sleepy. And it's all about different kinds of seeds and different kinds of plants. So I thought it would be perfect for science. There are some seeds floating in the air. The cool thing about this author, Diane Hutz Ashton, is that this page, these are all different kinds of seeds. Isn't that cool? Like this one, we know sunflower seeds. You probably munch some of those sometimes. Corn looks familiar, but then there's some really interesting ones. Like here's an orchid seed. Here's a milkweed seed, a blueberry seed. So these are cool. So we'll remember this page, and then at the end of the book, there's a really cool part. So A Seed is Sleepy. And I got to meet the author, so she signed it to our kindergarten. It says, "Bloom where you belong." So that's kind of cool. A seed is sleepy. It lies there, tucked inside its flower, on its cone, or beneath the soil, snug, still. A seed is secretive. It does not reveal itself too quickly. Most seeds sleep through a season or two, waiting for the warmer temperatures of spring, but some take their time. 10 years might pass before the bright red-orange seed of the Texas mountain laurel shows its purple blossoms. So this plant right here blooms every 10 years. That's amazing. A seed is fruitful. 90% of plants on Earth are flowering plants. Flowering plants produce fruits. Fruits of all shapes and textures that keep the seeds cozy until they have found the right place to grow. And sometimes we eat the fruits. A lot of the time we eat the fruits, like blueberries, papaya, all these different kinds of strawberries. A lot of these fruits we eat too. A lot of seeds we eat. A seed is naked. Yes, naked. Scientists called gymnosperm seeds, seeds that aren't clothed in fruits, naked seeds. Most naked seeds hide themselves on the scales of cones until they're ready to make a dash for the ground. Who would guess that a seed as small as a freckle would grow the world's largest tree? Only 10% of redwood trees begin as seeds, though. Most redwood trees spring from existing trees. So this little tiny seed grows the big, tall redwood trees. Here's a person down there, so that kind of shows you how big these redwood trees are. Seeds come in many sizes. The orchid seed is the smallest of all. There might be 1,000,000 seeds in one pod. The seed of the Coco de Mar palm is the largest. It can weigh up to 60 pounds. That's heavier than you are. So here's part of the big Coco de Mar plant. And then if you look really closely, the little white spots are the orchid seeds. A seed is adventurous. It must strike out on its own in search of a less crowded place to put down its roots. A parachute of fine silky hairs can take a dandelion seed 100 miles from its parent plant. We see these a lot, these little things in the air. They're fun to find a dandelion and blow them. Pretty fun. Drift seeds float on ocean currents from one shore to another, and their thick protective shells keep them out of seawater. If you ever get a chance to go to the ocean or even a lot of lakes and ponds and you see some floating stuff that looks like this, a lot of times there's seeds hidden inside, and that's how the plants spread them. A seed is inventive. It finds a spot to grow, or to find a spot to grow, a seed might leap from its pod or cling to a child's shoestring. I've gotten these stuck on me too when you go on walks. Or tumble through a bear's belly. When bears eat berries and other fruit and they eat it and then they go to the bathroom, they deposit seeds in new places. That's actually one way that plants grow in the forest. A seed hopes to land where there's plenty of sunlight, soil, and water. Remember those three things: sunlight, soil, and water. A seed is generous. It gives the baby plant or embryo a seed coat to keep it warm. So here's all these different plants growing. A bean plant goes pretty fast. A pumpkin takes about 4 months. A pine takes about 15 years. And then this one, a teak tree, takes about 100 years to get fully grown. The embryo's first meal comes from its seed leaves or cotyledons. Seeds with one seed leaf, like corn, are called monocots. Seeds with 2 seed leaves, like beans, are called dicots. We're going to do this in the next week or two. I'm going to get some beans and we're going to soak them, and then we're going to look for this part of the bean. It'll be pretty fun to see the inside of the bean. Some seeds are ancient. Ancient means they lived a long time ago. Not all seeds are eager to germinate. Some have lain dormant or slept undisturbed for more than 1,000 years. The oldest known seed to sprout came from an extinct date palm tree. After it was unearthed from a long ago king's mountaintop palace in Israel, a scientist planted it. 4 weeks later, it sprouted. That's amazing. A seed is thirsty and hungry. Once a seed has shed its coat, it drinks in the rain, the dew, and yesterday's icicles. It feasts on minerals in the soil. Part of the seed, the root, feels the tug of gravity and digs down deep. There's the root going. Another part of the seed, the shoot, is sensitive to light, so it reaches for the sunlight. You can see how they grow underground. A seed is clever. It knows to seek the sunlight, to push itself up, up, up through the soil, but it must wait a while before it happens. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading some of this. Plants make their own food through a process called photosynthesis. Inside plant leaves are cells containing chemicals that absorb sunlight. Light gives them energy they need to turn water and carbon dioxide, a gas in the air, into food. You might have heard some people say it helps plants if you talk to them, and that's because we breathe out carbon dioxide, and so they take the carbon dioxide and the water and they turn it into their food. So it's actually really good to talk to your plants. If you have plants at your house, have a little conversation with them. It helps them grow. And then it helps us because they release oxygen and we get to breathe the oxygen. So it's a win-win. A seed is sleepy, but only till it has found a place in the sun and it has had its breakfast and a drink of water. Then a seed is Awake. Oh, those are my favorite flowers. The sunflower. Now remember this first page here with all these seeds. At the end of the book, these are all the plants from those seeds. Isn't that cool? So here we have the seeds. Like here's the sunflower one down here. And then here's all the plants that come from there. The sunflower. So it's a pretty cool book. Well, I hope you learned a few things about seeds, and I hope you are excited to plant your own seeds. And then when we explore the inside of a bean soon too, I think you'll have a good time with that. So enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.